This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
Where we want to educate you about our market, empower you to make wise decisions, and help you engage with our expert contributors. Rick, I know you brought some market stats with you today. Let's talk about the market. What's going on? Equity Title, by the way, just to point out, Equity Title always provides me with my market stats that I use for my monthly market update, which we did last week.
That's right. So I'm going to talk a little bit. I figured you did your report.
I did it
last week. Just a couple of things that kind of stood out from our perspective.
Okay.
And on that, I mean, we know the market was up 24% year to year, January to January. The interesting thing was each segment of the market increased.
Yeah.
So we saw the single-family homes year to year, townhomes, condos, the vertical space, the luxury space over $1 million. All of those segments have now increased year over year for January, and projections in February, it seems to be the same. That we're gonna see an increase again year to year, and start the year off pretty strong compared to last year.
I couldn't agree more. That's exactly what we're seeing just on my team alone. We're seeing better activity this year than we did last year, without question.
Definitely, and I think that it's a lot of people out there right now that are experiencing it. I mean, talk about lenders, where we get emails, phone calls. We're running more property information through our customer service department than we have in a very long time.
Fantastic.
The activity level is extremely high right now, and it looks to project to continue. A couple of things I just want to point out and really look at the supply, and this is, again, graphs on the radio, how they work. But
love it. Charts on the radio,
Charts
babe.
on the radio. So we look
Well
at
done.
the supply, and interesting enough, we over the last 2 years, call it March of 18 until about September-ish of last year, we had a buildup in inventory.
We did.
We were on the increasing inventory each month.
Yep.
And around September, it finally turned, which is different from most years because it never turns at that time of the year.
I agree 100%.
So we normally see a buildup all the way through December, and we start seeing homes.
Right.
January, February will flatten out, and then it'll start dropping for the spring, summer buying season. It seems the spring, summer buying season came in October of last year, and it's continued through.
The summer was kind of off, but then it at the end of the year caught the year up.
Correct. Yeah,
That's the way I saw it.
I definitely agree with that. We had an off summer, but we had a very good fourth quarter.
Right.
We started off first quarter very well, and it's going to be interesting to see where the actual supply goes because, as you know, in the industry, we have people who, it's November, December, I don't want to list my home yet. I want to wait till January. So now we usually see a little buildup in January in inventory. So, with the activity in the market and possibly this maybe jump in supply, which we'll wait and see until the numbers come out.
Haven't seen it yet.
I don't think we're going to see it.
I think that there's been an increase in listings, but there's also been an increase in activity. So we haven't seen the supply grow.
We haven't seen a net effect of it.
Yep, that's true.
And I don't think we will. But the interesting part is that, that we are closing more transactions each month compared to previous years. And part of that reason, too, I know we talked about this before on the show, is that there's just more overall inventory. The valley has grown so much that we should be just naturally closing more properties.
There's just more houses out there.
More houses out there that can be sold.
That makes sense.
And it's something that you can really look at that number because the time on the market really has kind of been flat around that 2 months, 2.1, 2.2. We're at 2.3 now.
Right.
Interestingly, a little touch on the luxury market.
Okay.
I mean, you're seeing now with the Raiders effect as well. A lot of those players, and I think a lot of people have the misconception that they all make millions and millions of dollars, right? They don't. I mean, half the roster probably does. The other half's probably league minimum.
Probably less than half.
Right. In that range.
Makes
so you do
more,
have the demand now. There's more of the millionaires that are coming to town that are going to demand homes that are over $1 million.
Easily.
And that segment, again, it grew last year.
Yeah.
It is primed this year to continue to grow.
This has been Las Vegas Real Estate Now. Thanks for listening. And remember to tune in every Saturday at 11 a.m. on 101.5 FM, 720 AM KDWN.